In the previous chapter, we explored how the Cold War turned fear into a way of life, how millions learned to wake up each day knowing the world could end without warning. But what most people never realised is that this nightmare was not just theoretical. It almost became real not once, but many times. This is the part of the story rarely taught in schools, the moments when alarms sounded, screens lit up, and men with shaking hands were told that nuclear war had already begun. This is the story of how the world nearly ended because of mistakes, misunderstandings, and silence. ACT 1. The night. The alarms went off. In the early hours of a cold night, American military radar systems suddenly detected what appeared to be incoming Soviet missiles. The warning was clear: nuclear war had begun. According to protocol, there were only minutes to respond. Computers showed no doubt, lights flashed, phones rang, and commanders prepared to authorize retaliation. The system was designed for speed, not reflection, because hesitation could mean annihilation, but something felt wrong. The data did not align with satellite observations, and one officer chose to wait just a few minutes longer. Those minutes changed history. The alert was later traced to a malfunction, a technical error that nearly triggered a nuclear response. This was not an isolated incident. Similar false alarms occurred multiple times throughout the Cold War, each one bringing the world closer to irreversible destruction. ACE 2. The man who said no. One of the most terrifying moments occurred far from public view aboard a Soviet submarine during a period of extreme tension. Cut off from communication and surrounded by American naval forces, the crew believed war had already started. Protocol allowed them to launch a nuclear torpedo, but doing so required approval from multiple officers. One man refused. He questioned the information, doubted the certainty, and chose restraint over obedience. His decision prevented a nuclear explosion that would have escalated into full war. His name was not celebrated at the time. His action was buried in classified files, and the world continued unaware that its survival depended on a single human decision made under unimaginable pressure. ACT 3. Computers that cried wolf. As technology advanced, governments placed increasing trust in automated systems. Computers became the eyes and ears of global defense, but machines do not understand context. One night, Soviet early warning systems detected what appeared to be incoming American missiles. The data was convincing, screens showed clear trajectories, and timing suggested an attack was underway. The officer on duty was expected to report the launch, immediately triggering retaliation. Instead, he hesitated, trusting his intuition over the machine. He believed that if the United States were attacking, it would not launch only a handful of missiles. His decision saved the world. The alert was later identified as a false signal caused by sunlight reflecting off clouds. The system had worked exactly as designed and still nearly ended everything. Act 4. Living on a timer. These incidents reveal the terrifying reality of the Cold War. Humanity was not protected by flawless systems or wise leaders. It was protected by luck, hesitation, and individual judgment. Ordinary citizens lived unaware that their lives depended on strangers, questioning orders, while children practiced drills and families watched television. The fate of the world rested on blinking lights and human instincts. The Cold War was not stable. It was fragile constantly, balanced on the edge of catastrophe. Governments continued to build more weapons, believing they increased security, when in reality they multiplied the number of possible failures. Act 5. Secrecy and silence. Most of these near disasters remained classified. For decades, governments feared public panic and loss of trust if the truth became known, so silence prevailed. History books spoke of strategy and diplomacy, while ignoring the chaos behind the scenes. Only years later did documents emerge revealing how close humanity came to extinction. The Cold War did not end because it was safe. It ended because it survived long enough without collapsing under its own errors. ACT 6. Why this still matters. The weapons still exist. The systems are still active, and technology has only become faster and more complex. The Cold War taught humanity that extinction does not require evil intent. It only requires misunderstanding, pressure, and the illusion of control. The war may have officially ended, but the risk it revealed never disappeared, and the world continues to live on the same fragile foundation, trusting that tomorrow will come simply because it always has before.